to another week of the Drew Roff Show alongside Purdue Soccer head coach Drew Roff. I am the team's communications director, Charlie Healy. Drew, coming off a tough weekend on the road at number 19 USC at Colorado. Long weekend for the team, but coming off two losses, what are some of your overall thoughts now that you've had time to process the games?
Yeah, well, I think, the one takeaway is that both those teams were very good.
Yeah.
So, that's something that you have to, look at and frame it a certain way, because I thought, to play that level of competition on the road after all that travel, you really have to be at your best. And I felt like there's moments, particularly against USC, where it really looked like we were going to, grab a hold of the game there. Gave up the early goal, but came back strong. Almost scored another goal of our own right after that. Second half was expecting that response, and I think we started off strong and then gave up that goal, and then gave another one quickly after that. So it's like really tough, because you don't feel like that final score is really indicative of the game. But at the same time, when you're on the road playing against teams like that, you have to be at your best. And we had a little bit of a period there where we didn't defend very well and gave the ball away a few times, which caused us some real problems in transition. So learning moments. And I'd say the other thing that we learned is just when you are playing those types of teams is you have to take your chances. You have to make the most of them. And there's certainly a couple of times, key moments in the game, where I felt like that momentum could have shifted and we just couldn't find the back of the net. So those are great learning things, learning experiences, and to play those teams, you have to learn. You have to take what you learned and apply it, and that'll help us in the Big Ten. So it's hard at the moment to take it, but certainly I think it would help us down the road. And last but not least, I think Colorado was a very physical team and really dangerous on set pieces, and that's something that we're going to see a lot of the Big Ten. So good learning moments, really good competition. Felt like we weren't at our best in those two matches, but we've got a lot to play for, and we got to turn around this week.
Yeah, absolutely. You talk about that USC game, that first half, it really was back and forth, so many great chances for both teams. It seemed like to me that you go in the locker room 1-1 at halftime, it can be a totally different second half. But you talk about the Big Ten, that's a great segue here. We're a week away from the Big Ten, two more non-conference games. When you look at these two games, certainly, as we've said before, no moral victories, nothing like that. But how can you take the lessons learned from these two games and transfer them to when we're playing two games against tough Big Ten opponents, that's going to be every week? Yeah. You turn them into two wins.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I think the challenge is sometimes when you don't play top competition, you might develop a little bit of confidence because you're getting goals, you're getting results. But then you get into Big Ten play, and your first couple of games, you can get exposed. You can say, "Oh, geez, I never knew we were, the back post was so available on corner kicks because we never paid the price for it, or maybe you give up some opportunities in transition against certain teams, and they don't make you pay for it, and you think, oh, that's just we'll be fine, and then all of a sudden you play a Big Ten team and they bury a couple goals on you. You say, okay, why didn't we see that before? So I feel like we've really seen, with the teams we've played, we've seen the level. We've seen the level of where we expect really good Big Ten teams to be at that level. So what you do is you watch some film, you get out on the training pitch, and you say, okay, here are some things that we can fix pretty quickly, just with staying locked in, and then some of it is just that concentration, that focus that it takes to play in the altitude or in the heat or in the cold or whatever it might be. You have to stay switched on. You can't have those moments where you track that run 5 times out of 6, because that 6th time that you take that play off, these teams at this level are going to make you pay for it. So that does make you better, as long as you don't get down about it and say, oh, geez, we lost 2 games on the road, all that. That's soccer. It's it's that type of sport where you have to get up and get ready to go again. So I think there's a lot of things tactically that we can look at. Personnel wise, we got to test our returning players, our young players. They all get to be in those environments when things were going well, and sometimes when they weren't going so well. So you have to see how players adapt, and so you learn a lot about your team, and then you get 10 Big Ten games to apply those lessons to the best you can, one at a time. So that's where we're at with it, and I think how you flip those scores is when you just need to be a little bit more organized in the back, and we need to play with a little more confidence at times, when it comes to sticking to our plan of keeping the ball. And then final third, just like I said, we're creating some things. Just got to get that goal and, get a break or two that you earn by putting pressure on the team. So we're not far off, but we still got a little ways to go to be where we want to be.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, as I look at it, I think one of the positives, and I'm interested to hear if you agree with me here, one of the positives is I think we have a really mature senior class, especially an upper class group. And then I was going to say the underclassmen, but I think the team as a whole just really eager to come in and love playing soccer, love spending time with each other. And I think that positivity and that energy, I think, will certainly help as we look to head into this weekend and into the rest of the season. How important do you think that is, that mentality, especially coming into training after a couple of rough games?
Yeah, I mean, real important. You need that leadership. You need players that are not happy with the results, but at the same time, they're not pointing fingers or complaining or saying, everything's falling apart or anything. Because like I said, soccer's that game that it doesn't. What happened last week, last month, whatever, you can't worry about that. You need to get in that mindset where, you're going to go out and you're going to win every game you play, and you need to train with, those good vibes, and you need to, take that result and say, hey, let's flip it around and channel that into, really preparation and focus and just, get that hunger. So you need leaders that are going to do that. I mean, the coach, that's our job, but, we can only do so much. We're not out there on the pitch. But when you have veterans that are leading the way and saying, hey, this is how you do it, this is what we have to do, that's what you need right now. And we have those type of leaders, our seniors, our juniors. So I don't worry about that at all. And it is a close-knit group. It's a tough group. It's a resilient group. They just need to get that, result or two just to kind of get that momentum going. I think we'll be fine. But that's what we're working really hard for right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking ahead to this weekend, we face TCU on Thursday night at 7 p.m. at Folk Field, and Western Kentucky Sunday at 1 p.m. also at Folk Field. So 2 home games. First, let's talk about TCU, 2-1 on the season, coming off a 1-0 victory over Texas A&M. As an NCAA tournament team from a year ago, really deep squad that finished second in the Big 12, poised for another good season in the Big 12. What are your thoughts on TCU as you've watched a couple days of film?
Yeah, like you said, just really quality program. Got a lot of great results the last couple of years. Just beat A&M, and obviously down in Texas, that's a big matchup. Big kind of rivalry type win. So certainly we expect a team that is going to be a possession based team and going to play a certain style and. We're obviously, just like any team, we're looking for a couple things that they do really well, and how can we, prevent them from creating chances. And then, of course, just something that we feel like we can exploit in the opposite side. So we'll definitely take a couple things from what we know about them, but certainly got to focus on us and our ability to connect and play at tempo and things like that. I think if we focus on that, we'll be fine. But certainly a lot of respect. Like I said, our schedule is doesn't let up. We schedule well. So, but that's a level we want to play at. So that's a level that we'll test ourselves on Thursday and expecting really a great match.
Yeah, absolutely. And receiving votes in the latest poll, they were ranked earlier in the season, so certainly a lot of accolades coming in for TCU. Shifting ahead to Western Kentucky, coming off a scoreless draw against North Alabama and Belmont on the weekend. What I know you haven't quite started too much preparation for them coming up on a Sunday game, but what do you know about Western Kentucky and what they'll bring to Folk Field on Sunday?
Yeah, like you said, we don't spend too much time on the the next opponent, but I do know it's a quality program. I know the recruits. You go through the recruiting process and you talk to recruits, and you end up hearing where players go and things, and you know when people are doing a really good job, and that staff's done a great job of getting talent in there and playing a good brand of soccer. So we know we're going to have a tough game on our hands, and but first things first, Thursday, and then certainly just be happy to have 2 games in a row at home. And like I said, we're really focusing on getting into a good rhythm here before Big Ten play starts. That's really what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming up on the show, we have senior Callie Ingram, sophomore Sabrina Blount. Let's talk about the two of them. First, Callie, fourth year here with the program. What type of impact does she have in her role, on and off the field?
Yeah, well, Callie's a talented player. She's got a soft touch, good quickness, and she has a bit of a physical presence. Unfortunately, her career has featured quite a bit of an injury history, and that's been tough to come back. But she worked really hard to rehab her last one and missed some time, but came back fit, strong, ready to go. Yeah. So she's going to impact us this year. She provides someone in the middle of the park that can win the ball. She has a good, finishing touch when she does get close to the goal. I remember a couple years ago in the NCAA tournament, she kind of, made a couple nice plays there as we in our win there as a forward. Yeah. So she's very versatile. But that's somebody that I think can help us, and she's gotten some minutes here recently. But hopefully she can continue to perform at that level and get more minutes. But just real solid player. I said love the technique, the left foot. And when she really wants to, get in hard on tackles and things like that, she can provide us with a presence that you need in the Big Ten. So looking forward to her having a real strong end of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. I forgot about that NCAA tournament game against Loyola. She was right there when the game-winning goal was scored. I think at first we thought maybe she tipped it, but maybe it was just a perfect distraction as Sarah Griffith won it in overtime. So that was certainly exciting.
It's the most important non-touch of a ball in Purdue soccer history, I think, because I think she really did affect the play just by being in there and being a presence. And,
absolutely. I'm glad you brought that up. Sabrina Blount, sophomore, played on the back line last year. Played more of the defending mid position this year. What have you seen from her as she's been able to adjust positions and continue to make an impact? Yeah, well,
Sabrina's versatile. Like you said, she can play in the middle of the park. She plays simple. She plays smart. She doesn't overcomplicate the game, and she's also just one of the, tougher players that I've coached. Just physically, mentally tough. She just, good in the air. She can really put her head on the ball and just get in on tackles. And she has that pride that every great defender has. She doesn't like to get beat, but she just shows up every day and goes about her business. That's what I really respect about her. Every day she shows up ready to go, and that consistency, that steadiness is really what makes her special. And once again, she is recovering from some things that she went through as far as just getting back into full fitness after being out for a little bit. So she's only going to get stronger and quicker as the season goes, as she continues to progress. But we know that she can be a valuable player for us in the midfield or in the back. And like I said, one of the tougher players, high performance, low maintenance. She just she brings her game and just every single day. So we really appreciate what she brings. And once again, she's another player that we hope her influence continues to grow as the season goes on, because the Big Ten is a long season, and we're going to need every player to be ready to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we look forward to seeing them on the field. We'll have them coming up, and then after that, we'll come back and talk a little at a time.
Sounds great.
Welcome back. We're joined by senior Callie Ingram, sophomore Sabrina Blount. Callie, let's first talk about last year. You suffered a season-ending ACL injury. You've come back. You're 100%. What was that recovery process like, and continuing to come in every day and just work hard with Kirsten and Wally to get back to 100% and now being able to play 100%?
Yeah, it was really tough, obviously, to not be able to contribute to the team on the field and be with the girls as much when they were traveling and stuff. But I think that kind of just motivated me even more to kind of, push myself, and really gave me an opportunity to work, on my strength and fitness. And I just saw it as an opportunity to grow and get better and, appreciate the time that I do have on the field.
Yeah. And how important was having those teammates, even though they might not have been by your side every step of the way? Physically, they were certainly there with encouraging words and pushing you throughout the process, especially as you got back on the field in the spring to do some workouts on the side. How important was that for you?
Yeah, I honestly don't think I could have gotten through without them. And I live with Emily and the twins, so I see them quite a lot, and they help me through every step of the way, and I couldn't have gotten through without them.
And I'm sure the senior year is a little more special to you now that you know how important and how special that is to be on the field too, right?
Yeah, for sure. I don't take a moment for granted now, and I mean, not that I did before, but
right
now I appreciate all the little things even more because
Yeah.
the end is near. So just enjoying everything while it lasts.
Yeah. Well, it's great to have you back on the field and playing and practicing and everything. So that's certainly special. I'm glad you were able to recover as quickly as you were. And so Sabrina, you're here for your sophomore year. You also came through a little bit of an injury this fall, but you're back to 100% now. You're also at a different position. You're playing a little more defensive mid this year.
Mm-hmm.
What's that been like as you adjust from playing on the back line to moving up a little?
Yeah, the positions are very similar in some ways, but also different in a lot of ways too. I think the main difference is you have a lot more freedom to go forward, which is something I wasn't used to back on the back line. But besides that, since they're both on the central of the field, I would say the role is very similar in most ways.
Do you enjoy having a little more freedom?
I do for sure.
Okay. What do you miss anything about playing on the back line?
Yeah, I like both of them a lot. I think definitely I used to identify as being a defender since I've been playing outside back and center back my whole life. But growing into the center mid role is something I'm really looking forward to.
It's sort of a new little challenge for you too,
yeah,
right?
I really like that.
Yeah, awesome. Well, great to see you be able to adjust to that role so quickly and be able to make an impact here in your new position this year. Callie, let's get into a little fun stuff here. On the side, when you're not playing soccer, when you're not studying and earning your degree, all the free time you have, you like to sing. So where did that come from? Where did that love of singing come from?
I don't really know. I got a ukulele over quarantine, and it just kind of grew from there. I got a guitar a couple of years later, and here we are just making TikToks randomly, and yeah, it's fun. It's just, yeah.
Do you have a favorite song or favorite genre or favorite artist you like to sing more than others?
I like doing some Coldplay.
Okay.
I like Coldplay, some Taylor Swift,
Okay.
Zach Bryan. Those are typically the go-tos, but I also write my own music, so I do
Write
that
your
too.
own.
Mhm.
So Taylor Swift, Zach Bryan, Coldplay, those are very different genres.
Yeah.
What are you writing more of? Is that a mix too?
It's mostly sad. I
Really?
don't know. I don't
Okay.
know what genre. I don't
Really?
know.
All right.
Acoustic? Is that a genre?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll consider it acoustic.
You're just a little more acoustic. Okay.
Yeah.
With the guitar.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you post on the TikTok
Yeah.
and
We're
trying to get increase your following.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, just trying to do it I'm trying to, put it out there a little bit, so
Okay.
we're trying.
At Callie Ingram, give her a follow. See if we can
Appreciate
bump
it.
that followership up. Who is the best singer on the team besides yourself?
I would say Abby Roy.
Sabrina, do you agree?
No.
No?
I don't actually think I've heard Abby sing.
She,
Wow.
Abby goes for the loudness, I think.
Okay. All right.
Which I appreciate because
Yeah.
I can't sing very loud, so.
It's all right.
I think Peyton, from my experience, is the best singer.
Peyton's a good
When
singer.
she wants to sing, she's really good at singing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So who are you having a duet with then? Have you had a duet with anyone? And if not, who's first?
I actually have.
Okay.
I feel like she'll be embarrassed, but Emily Matthews, we have sang together before.
Emily
That's
seems like
awesome.
a sneaky good singer, maybe.
She is.
She is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We wrote a song together. Yeah. So
When,
she's
are you
gonna
gonna
be really
are you gonna
embarrassed.
perform it for the team at some point?
Sure.
Sure. That's not
Yeah.
very. Sabrina, will it happen?
Hopefully so.
That's what I'm thinking too. I'm not.
I don't know.
She doesn't sound very
Hopefully.
confident. Okay. Stay tuned. If she does, it'll be on. We'll post it to Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff if it happens.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll see. Sabrina, how about your hidden talents? What can you walk us through what your hidden talent is?
So I'm not sure if this is really a hidden talent, but in high school I was a milk judger. So kind of like if you've ever seen Napoleon Dynamite,
Okay.
in the middle of the movie he's like drinking milk and he says, I'm not sure what he says, but I'm pretty sure it's feed, and that's like one of the defects. So pretty much you blind taste a bunch of milk, and you have to identify what defect is in that milk, if there is one, and then also you score it on a scale of 1 to 10.
And how did you get into this?
That's a great question. I think I started taking floral design classes in high school, and it kind of led me just to join FFA and get more involved in FFA. So.
Nice. Do you have any other animals growing up?
I had a sheep.
Your sheep, okay.
Yeah, in FFA. So I raised him, but sadly he's not with us anymore.
So not at your house.
No, at the barn.
At the barn.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Definitely not in my house.
You never know. When in Texas.
Yep.
Callie, you have some pets as well?
I have a cat.
You have a cat?
She's been with me for 17 years, going strong.
All right.
Yeah.
What-
She's an elder, but she's doing good.
What's her
She's doing
name?
good. Macy.
Macy.
Aw.
Yes.
Shout out to Macy.
Shout out Macy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Benji.
And Benji. Nice.
What was the sheep's name?
My sheep's name was Theodore.
And Theodore.
R.I.P. Theodore.
Yes.
It's an odd way to end this, but we're looking forward to all right, we'll end it like this. How excited are you guys to be back at Folk Field on Thursday night? Hopefully packed crowd, really good TCU team. Looking forward to it?
Yep, for sure. Being on the road is fun, but we're excited to be back.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, nothing makes you more excited for Folk Field than the fans, but also 5 or 6 days on the road and
That's true.
being back. So 3-game homestand begins Thursday night against TCU. Look forward to seeing you guys back at Folk Field. So thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Charlie.
Thanks, Charlie.
Welcome back. A little added time with Drew Roff. We're going to talk about the Alumni Weekend coming up next weekend, September 16 to 17. We're excited. Really great weekend plan. Our soccer game against Northwestern on Sunday, following football against Syracuse Saturday night. A little practice at Folk Field. So we'll have all the registration information in the description for this video. But Drew, you're getting ready to welcome a lot of alumni back. How excited are you for that weekend? Always a fun event.
Oh, really excited. I mean, what's awesome is this year it works out where there's a football and a soccer game. That's always better, and every year, obviously, we can't guarantee that. So, really excited. I mean, it's our Big Ten opener for us, and like you said, just a great weekend of welcoming players back, and they get to share the memories of their Purdue days and the experiences, and I'm sure we'll see a lot that we have seen over the years, but hopefully there's still some that we'd love to see and get to meet as we head into next week. But awesome support here, great group, and I'm looking forward to seeing them again.
Yeah, absolutely. You've been here. This is your 9th season. So when alumni come back, a lot of them and so how important or how special is that there's such this big class that that's able to come back, and it's not a lot of just former players, but former players that you've coached.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the longer we're here, the more our players that we actually coach. So that's pretty cool because some of them are really moving on with their lives and they're getting up there, and some of them have just been here a couple years ago and they're just starting out, and a lot of it's just a lot of excitement to see all the the success they're having and the cool things that they're up to. Impressive group, and it's also awesome for them to come back, and we always try to get them to have a little bit of time somehow with our current players just to kind of make that connection and say, like, and a lot of them are working in jobs and things that are some of our players obviously want to go into those fields and things like that. So just a great opportunity to connect, great opportunity to talk about some of the old stories and all the good old days and what went on, and then hopefully just put a great product out there on the pitch and show show the type of performance that our alums can be, really proud of, because they obviously are a big factor of helping us become who we are now.
Yeah, absolutely. Certainly, they've all through the first 25 years of the program certainly paved the way for the success we're having today. Talk a little bit about a couple of those alumni too. In particular, one is Lauren Sesselman. She was back in the spring to be inducted into the Purdue Athletics Hall of Fame. That was just a really fun weekend in February. She came and saw one of our spring exhibition games, and then was honored at Mackey Arena. I know this was a fun weekend for you and for the team to have her back on campus.
Oh, it was great. It was great to see Lauren back here, and she's gone on and done some great things, on and off the field.
Yeah.
She's just really, a special person, and was able to attend the ceremony, that evening with my wife, and just hearing her speak and hearing the other inductees speak, it was really one of the coolest things that I've been to, just as a college coach, as far as different things sponsored by athletic departments over my years at different schools and things. Really special night. So it's a great honor to be play at this level, and to be a Hall of Fame inductee. Obviously, is a very, very, very small percentage that get to that point. So really, just grateful that we've had so many great players, and I'm sure there'll be some more coming up that, hopefully maybe some that we've coached over here the last couple of years might have a shot. So, but great honor, and really look forward to having her and the rest of them back here soon.
Yeah, absolutely. And talking about those former greats that might hopefully have their name called soon, we hopefully mentioned one earlier in the show, but another one that probably won't be here next weekend because she's playing professionally, just signed her first professional contract, is Sydney Duarte, and that just came through in the last couple of days. So I know you were really excited when you heard that news.
Yeah, absolutely. It's awesome to see players that have that drive and have that love for the game, and are able to continue to play this game, and actually get paid to play the game. There's not much better than that. So Sydney's our most recent pro, and we're real proud to have several of them right now playing here and across the world, obviously. And just a great kid, comes from a great family, hardworking, humble. Can't say enough about her character, and that's what it takes to make it that level. You have to have talent first and foremost, but when you show up every day and you work hard to get better, you treat people around you well, and you have that. She always had that kind of low-key, competitive spirit. She had a wonderful way about really competitive, but she's more reserved personality. But she gets it done on the pitch, and it's great to see the opportunities that are out there, and great to see her, just achieving her dream. And I think she's also got the nursing degree, so. She's making the most of that Purdue degree and that experience, and you can't ask for much more than that.
Yeah, absolutely. 5 years with the Boilermakers, and now being able to continue that career. And she'll be joined overseas by Grace Walsh in a different league, and is also playing overseas, continuing to play. And then, of course, we got a couple here in the States as well. So a lot of excitement on the international and professional stage for Purdue soccer, along with here at Folk Field. But until then, we look forward to seeing you this weekend at Folk Field against TCU and Western Kentucky this weekend, Thursday and Sunday.
Yep, sounds great. Thank you, Charlie.
Yep, thanks, Drew.